So it is now 2025. Sorry for the car views. I am currently driving to the little brother's lacrosse game. So maybe I'll throw in some footage of that. But I mainly just wanted to talk to you guys about what my plans are for 2025 in regards to motorcycles. So for all of you that watched my first video, so my name is Saint and I've been riding for approximately 12 years now. Damn, my barber hooked up this haircut though. My gosh. Woo. But yeah, so 12 years I've been riding motorcycles, and it's been an inconsistent ride at that. So it's been an inconsistent journey at that. So by that I mean I've been riding probably 5 to 6 times a year for the last 12 years, and then I really started getting back into it approximately 8 months ago. And that's when I started doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff and adding to the wolf pack, as I call it. So I started off on a 1990 ZX7. It was given to me by my uncle, and you know, great first bike. Had the Muzzy exhaust, classic headlights in there from the 90s. I'll get a picture of that and I'll show you guys at some point, but I'm actually looking to restore that bike. So if you all know anybody that works on a bike that's that old, let me know. And yeah, I'd be very grateful. So yeah, I had that bike for approximately a year before I went ahead and got the Ducati 848 Evo. So I got the dark edition, of course. You know me, I gotta stick with the matte black if I can. And that bike was awesome. You know, I will honestly still say that was too much bike for me at that time. You know, I crashed it probably 3 times. And the bike is still here. It's still here. It has 9 lives, man, I swear. But Ducati makes a great product. And, you know, just recently it started giving me issues this year. As you can see in my previous video, that the power would just go off every now and then. But I took it to Bob's BMW and Ducati in Jessup, Maryland, and the guys took care of it. So it is great. It is up and running and fully functioning right now. That is actually going to be my track build when the time comes. So I already got big plans for that, and I'll speak on that later in this video as well. But that was bike number 2. And then 8 months ago, again, I caught the crazy bug, and I went ahead and bought an R1300 GS that I had ordered from Germany, and got all the bells and whistles on it. There's some mods that I'm going to make to that bike, but pretty much I wanted that bike for the longer rides. I can't sit on any sport bikes for longer than, you know, an hour, so to speak. So I figured I'd get something that was a little bit more comfortable, that I could go a little bit further with, and that was the bike. I got the Tremontana Green. It is amazing, looks real clean, and I nicknamed it Loki for obvious reasons. And then after that, I got a KTM 390 Duke. That's the practice bike. So the practicing in the parking lots, track days, things of that nature, that's going to be that bike, because that bike you can pretty much drop it, pick it back up, and keep going. It's like a dirt bike. I got the crash guards on it because I knew I was going to be dropping that bike. I mean, that's going to be the bike that I do all my testing with, you know, cornering practice in the parking lots, things of that nature, slow speed practicing, the Moto Jitsu drills. I bought both of his books, and that was the bike I mainly wanted to focus on using for those. Not too powerful, but just enough power to where, you know, you can practice some real life cornering, and it just applies to the track. And I think it'll be a fun bike to learn on the track. And then after that, I went ahead and got the BMW S1000RR. So I got the 2024. I got it at the tail end of 2024. So that was a bike that I wasn't really expecting to purchase, but the price was right, the financing was right, and I pulled the trigger. That was my dream bike. That was actually the bike I wanted to get before I got the 848 Evo. And, you know, Chad at Duck Pond Motorsports in Winchester, Virginia, he sold it to me, and he said, he sold me the Ducati 848 Evo, and he said if I got an S1000RR, I'd probably kill myself. And he was not wrong. So I'm actually glad that he gave me that advice, because riding that bike now, it is so powerful compared to anything else I've ridden. So I'm definitely grateful to him for talking me out of that at an early age. But of course I went full circle and we went ahead and bought one. So I bought the all black and I am pretty stoked about it. Seeing the 2025 is growing on me, but I am still happy I made my decision with the S1000RR, and there are some modifications I want to make to that this year. So any of these bikes that I have, if you all know of any modifications that are like a necessity, I can't talk. If you know of any modifications that are a necessity and it's something that I need to put on that bike to, you know, transform that bike, please let me know. Leave a comment down below. But yeah, those are the collections. That's the collection that I've accrued over this past year. And for 2025, it's going to be the year of training. It's going to be the year of training and practice. So I signed up for the 2-day California Superbike School in May, and it's going to be taking place in New Jersey at the sports park over there. So I'm pretty excited about that. Last July, this past July that passed, I took the 1-day course and I loved it. So I have the level 1 done. I'm going back to do 2 and 3. And California Superbike School, if you see this and you feel like hooking a brother up with some free classes and some free training, please let me know. I swear I will be a advocate for you guys to the day I die, which I am anyway, but just in case, just in case you guys feel so gracious to throw a couple of classes my way, I won't say no. So thank you very much for that. But pretty excited. I had Chris as one of my coaches last year, and he was great. He He got me out of my shell. And my biggest issue was, it was my first day on the track and I was babying the bike. The bike we were riding was the S1000RR. And it's more than capable to do anything. It can do literally anything. And we had it in rain mode and I was like hesitant, So this year I'm going to go there with a new mindset, not get crazy, but push it a little bit. My threshold was here before, and now I feel like after a year of riding, it should be right around here, So we're gonna experiment a little bit, not get too crazy, like I said. Golly, all these bumps! My gosh, what the? Sorry. Woo! My poor truck, man. Damn. I just got it back. Woo! But yeah, felt my brain. It gave me a concussion, man. So I went to the dealership I bought the S1000RR from. That's Bob's BMW Motorcycles in Jessup, Maryland. Shout out to Bob's. Great place. But they notified me that they're also going to be coordinating a Superbike School session with California Superbike School. And that's going to be later on in August, and that's going to be a 1-day session. So I may end up doing that as well. The thing is, these are all just pricey courses. Now that being said, you do have to invest in your training. So I'm a huge advocate of that. I don't believe that you can put a price on any training like that. These skills that you learn on the motorcycle are perishable, and you want to learn them the right way. So I may or may not be doing that course, but I'll let you all know. Other than that, I think I'm going to sign up for Corner Spin. It's a course led by Aaron in North Carolina, I believe. I took the course about 6 years ago, and it was awesome. So it's pretty much just showing you, when you lose traction, you can still get your way out of it. You don't have to drop the bike. You can still push through. And it's pretty much doing everything on a low-powered dirt bike and translating it to the road. So I'm really excited to start that again, to go back to that again. Hence why I bought a dirt bike. So I have a CRF 250 RX, and then I bought the TTR 125 LE for mini moto, just to get some more seat time. So the whole theme for this year is going to be getting more seat time and getting some training. So I'm pretty excited for that. I also reached out to Lance, who's in Fast Lane D's videos. I think he works out of Daytona Beach Motos, I want to say. And I shot him a message and he actually replied. So I mean, I'm pretty excited. He already seems super helpful. Seems like a great guy. And he said that they're going to have a track day in Georgia on May 5th. So I'm pretty excited for that too. I definitely think I'm going to join that one. But yeah, so just a couple of training classes that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making some modifications to the bike, to all the bikes actually. The Ducati 848 Evo, as I mentioned, is going to be the track bike. So there's a motorsports shop out here. It's like a speed shop for motorcycles. It's MRP Motorsports. And I believe he's the owner, Kenny. He's done a lot of work for, a mutual friend that we have who used to ride professionally. So I was sent there, and I am pretty sure that I'm going to let them do all the work to the Ducati. And I'm pretty excited about it. So first thing I got priced out was getting the Öhlins suspension put on the Ducati. So just the rear for now. And he's going to revalve the front forks, so that way the bike can be track ready. And then later on, maybe I'll get the Öhlins front forks as well. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just getting into track days, but I do want to have one of my bikes dedicated to the track, and one that I can, take on the road every now and then. So I want the Ducati to be able to do both. And this way I can put some mileage on it, because right now the Ducati has 2,500 miles on the bike. I've had the bike for 12 years, and prior to getting back into motorcycles, I had 1,500 miles on the bike in 12 years. So that's not good. So I'm pretty excited to get that started up. But I'm going to get that one like track day ready. I'm going to get the rims powder coated. My theme for the Evo is going to be black and gold, because I nicknamed it Killmonger. So for all of you Marvel fans out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then we're going to build the S1000RR. For any of you that have had an S1000RR or currently own an S1000RR, you know what that bike sounds like out the box, and it sounds just like a vacuum. So I'm pretty excited. I also purchased frame sliders for it. I purchased the radiator guards, and I believe there was one more thing that I purchased for that bike, and I can't remember. Oh, I purchased the gas cap. I got a racing gas cap for that, and I had that in the video, in the previous video. So that build's gonna be crazy. I'm pretty excited for that. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what we should do to that bike. I'm limited to my own imagination, but for all of you that have been racing and riding longer than I have, I'm open to your opinion. I'm open to getting options for that bike. So I'm pretty excited to see what that bike can do. And then the KTM. The KTM, I want to get that track ready as well, but still be able to ride on the road. I don't know what to do to that bike, because it's a 390, so there's not much engine work that I would imagine that you can do, or suspension. I'm not sure. So honestly, I'm just gonna lean on you all, if you'd be so kind, to let me know what I should do to that bike. I'm open to any options with that bike. I want to make it a track weapon. I want to make it a cornering, the corner monster. I forget what it's called. But yeah, I want to make that bike a legit problem on the track. Corner rocket, that's what it is. And I named that bike Rocket, from the raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, y'all, so I just wanted to touch on that, on my plans for 2025. Hopefully, you watching this, it motivates you to get some training in this year, because honestly, that's the only way to get better. You can ride as much as you want on the road, but if you're doing the wrong things, you're going to continue to do the wrong things, and then it's going to be hard to break that habit. So, go ahead, get you some training, and thank you all for staying with me so far on this path. We got a lot of things coming, as I mentioned, and I'm I'm going to take you guys with me every step of the way. So 2025 is going to be a big year, and stay tuned for more. All right. Peace.